Welcome to the Peacebuilding project, where we dissect and analyze conflicts and critical issues through a conflict transformation lens. Here, we explore case studies, theories, and real-world applications of peacebuilding. Whether you are a peace practitioner, student, or someone curious about global conflicts, this space provides insights into how societies can move beyond violence toward sustainable peace. As our introductory and first-ever video, let's dive into the basics. Conflict Transformation 101, where we explore how conflicts can be turned into pathways for lasting peace. Before we continue, remember to hit the like and subscribe button. Conflict is a natural part of human interactions. It is neither good nor bad. It is, however, an opportunity. Conflict transformation pioneer John Paul Lederach, in the Little Book of Conflict Transformation, says that conflict is a natural part of human relationships and can lead to positive transformation if handled constructively. Therefore, the way we respond to it determines whether it escalates into violence or transforms into an opportunity for change. Conflict transformation goes beyond simply managing or resolving disputes. It aims to address the deeper structural, cultural, and relational dimensions of conflict. Conflict is dynamic. It evolves over time and requires long-term engagement. John Paul Lederach's pyramid model of peacebuilding highlights the need to engage 1. Top-level leadership that includes political and military actors. 2. Mid-level actors like civil society leaders, academics, and peace organizations. And 3. Grassroots communities like our local leaders and affected and underrepresented populations such as indigenous communities, the LGBTQ+ communities, etc. Meanwhile, Johann Galtung, known for his theory of positive peace, argued that sustainable peace is not just the absence of violence but also the presence of justice and equality. Conflict transformation aligns with this by addressing the root causes of conflict rather than just surface-level disputes. Let's take the case of the Bangsamoro peace process in the Philippines. The conflict in Mindanao spanned decades, involving the Moro Islamic Liberation Front or MILF and the government. Years of violence led to widespread displacement and suffering. However, through sustained peace negotiations, the 2014 Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro was signed, granting greater autonomy to the region. The Bangsamoro peace process highlights how political will, community engagement, and institutional reform are essential for sustainable peace. Another case to examine is the Aceh peace process in Indonesia. The conflict in Aceh between the Free Aceh movement and the Indonesian government lasted for nearly 30 years. However, after the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, peace negotiations resumed with renewed urgency. The Helsinki Agreement of 2005 ended the conflict and introduced power-sharing arrangements. Strategies observed in this process include power sharing, wherein the agreement granted Aceh greater autonomy within Indonesia. Reintegration programs of former combatants were supported in transitioning to civilian life, and economic reconstruction that prioritized sustainable development to reduce economic grievances. This Aceh peace process illustrates how external shocks, such as natural disasters, can create openings for peace and how power-sharing mechanisms can be used to address historical injustices. John Paul Lederach mentioned core strategies for conflict transformation. View conflict as an opportunity. Conflict is not inherently negative, it can be a catalyst for constructive change. Transformation involves engaging conflict to generate new understandings, structures, and relationships. Address the web of relationships. Relationships are central to understanding conflict. Building or rebuilding trust, connection, and mutual understanding among parties must be involved. Transformation requires attention to interpersonal, intergroup, and systemic dynamics. Analyze the context and culture. Every conflict is embedded in a specific social, cultural, historical, and political context. So effective strategies must be context-sensitive and culturally appropriate. Respond at multiple levels. Engage conflict at personal, relational, structural, and cultural. Sustainable transformation involves all levels, not just surface fixes. Promote constructive change processes. Create safe spaces for dialogue, listening, and shared problem-solving, and support ongoing processes to allow communities to determine their own goals and aspirations that shape their own future. Build capacities for long-term peace. Empower local actors with the skills and structures for non-violent conflict management. Invest in peace infrastructures like education, local leadership, and institutions that can handle disputes peacefully. Lastly, embrace a long-term perspective. Conflict transformation is not just a quick fix, it's a journey requiring patience and persistence. Look for those transformational moments and gradual shifts over time. All these strategies is encapsulated in what John Paul Lederach calls the moral imagination, our ability to envision and build relationships that can transcend current realities of violence or division. It is about imaging a web of relationships that includes even our enemies. This is it for now. Thank you for watching. What would you like to learn about in our next video? Subscribe to the Peacebuilding Project for more insights on peacebuilding, conflict analysis, and real-world case studies. Together, let's explore how we can build a more just and peaceful world.